Hey YouTube, getting ready for my bike ride. Um, I was talking to somebody about putting some, making sure your cables don't chafe uh, your paint. Um, Now this, what I'm using is Gorilla Tape, and I believe this is tent repair. It's a little thicker than the normal Gorilla Tape. And you can take this off in the summertime because you're going to find the cables don't cause problems in the summertime. But so far, that's the only spot I've seen that I've had the cable rug issue where it's taking the paint off is right there on the front fork where the light wiring comes down and touches the fork. It's a little long, and that's the whole problem. Is if they'd have made it shorter, it wouldn't have been such a problem. Uh, I had to do some pretty good cleaning on the bike the other day after riding on the rain. Not so much because the bike got dirty because of the rain, but dirty because of the dirt that was already on the bike. So I also got some questions about what I carry for tools. Um, at this point, I haven't put a pump on the bike, and I'm not sure I will. I just think the air pump's going to just be a lot of problems. So I have a set of Allen keys, but today I'm going to replace that with a different Allen key. I don't really need to carry a whole set on the bike. If you have you want to make sure that your latches are adjusted right, though, before you get rid of your Allen keys out of your bike. Um, I'm going to use this. It's from Park Tools, and it has an 8, a 6, a 5, a 4. It's got everything you need, plus a flat tip screwdriver on there. Um, and the Allen keys seem to fall out of these holders. I've got 2 sets of them. Maybe I should find the other set. And then I carry a crescent wrench. Now the reason the crescent wrench is because the 2 sizes that are you're going to need this for are two, an 18 and a 14. So unless you want to carry 2 wrenches, a crescent wrench is probably the best choice. This also has a 8 and a 10 on there. I think the 10 will fit your fender here. So if your fender's loose, you can tighten that up. And then I have a snack bar in there. I'm a diabetic, protein bar. Yeah, my diabetes came on after I stopped riding my bike. I've always been a little heavy, fat, whatever you want to call it. But not while I was in the military, but after I got out of the military, I gained quite a bit of weight because I wasn't running every day like I used to. But once I stopped riding my bike to work for commuting back and forth to work, I started having problems with diabetes. And now that I'm back doing it, my blood sugars have come way down in the 80s and 90s. So technically, I'm probably not a diabetic anymore. So, but with the COVID problems, I can't get in to see the doctor at the VA right now. They would rather keep somebody that's high risk away unless they absolutely have to see you. The bike, I've got close to 600 miles on it now. Uh, my phone's ringing, and that's what I'm using to. I have this Galaxy Watch. It's a Bluetooth watch, so I could answer it, but I have nothing to say whoever's calling anyway. Probably political bull crap. So I'm at about 600 miles. Haven't had to do any adjustments since on the derailleur since I did it on tape. The brakes haven't needed any adjusting, and although they got really wet on the last rainy bike dry, they're not showing any signs of corrosion or rust. Um, they are showing signs of wear. The wheels haven't showed needs to be true. They're not true by any standard, but they're not to the point that I notice them. So once they get noticeable, I will true them. Um, it's not being a rim brake uh, problem, so it's not that they're going to rub something if they get completely out of true. The brake position, the brake rotor position doesn't change no matter what the angle of the spokes are or anything else. It's going to be stay consistent, so it doesn't really matter how out of true the rim is, as long as it isn't rubbing anything. And if it gets completely out of round, you'll notice it. You'll be riding down, not pedaling. You'll ride on as you pick up speed, you feel a thump. But so far, I haven't seen that. But before you decide that it's a truing problem, make sure that your tire is seated on the bead properly, because I noticed when I put these tires, took the tire off my wife's bike, that it does not fit well. It's really loose, overly loose. So the only thing holding the tire to the rim is the pressure of the inner tube, because the bead doesn't actually lock onto the rim. So I am looking. I think I'm gonna buy a regular mountain bike too. I have been looking. I'm not gonna go outrageous, but just for when I go out on rides, this is great for going out on the local trails. But if when we start traveling and going out west, I'm going to want a regular mountain bike, just for the simple reason is this is not a mountain bike, and it shouldn't be confused for one. You are going to have serious problems when you take this off road. It's going to be one of those. The first time you come up to a log and try to roll over a log or a rock, you may have problems. So I'm not saying it won't go off-road, it's just not designed specifically for off-road use. I did order me a set of the Mission tires. I'm not going to change them until they need to be changed. And I still getting questions about tire pressure. An e-bike tire needs to be a little stiffer than what a regular non-e-bike tire. For the simple reason is you have sidewall flex when you take off, or when you put the power to the wheel. So that's why I run more pressure. Sidewall flexing to prevent pinch flats. Big guy, I hit a sharp object, I may pinch the inner tube and flatten it, or dent the rim. I've actually seen a few people that were running 20 pounds complain that their rim had dents in it where they hit stuff, and that comes right down to tire pressure. The reason they limit the tire pressure on these tires so much is because of the thread count. It's only 30 threads per inch. That would be the cheapest possible tire you could buy. The Mission ones are 120 and 72. The 120 is going to be the street tire, and the Mission, I should say the V tire Mission is 72, which makes it a whole lot better quality in this, and it's going to be a little more puncture resistant and a little less sidewall flex. People have been complaining that they're hard to get on. Well, I'd rather have them hard to get on than and stay on the rim than move around on the rim when you're running low pressure. Because as you lower the pressure, you could run into that problem where they don't want to stay on the rim anymore. So, oh, uh, I just have cheap mountain bike gloves I'm going to wear today. It's 54 degrees. It's kind of sunny. It's the first day that we've had decent weather. Yesterday it rained all day. I didn't go out. And I didn't really make a video. I just edited one that people were complaining that it was vertical instead of horizontal. Um, so I am probably going to end up rotating this tire to the back because that back tire is showing serious wear. I bet you I have half of the knob left on the center of the tread, and if you lower the pressure you might get a little more even wear across the tread, but you're also going to decrease battery life and risk of pinch flat. The Mission, the V-Tire Mission has more tread in the center, so it has a V pattern and it has a block in the center, and the V pattern is connected, so that means you're going to have a hole that's going to spread the wear a little better across the tire than just in the center. They're not puncture resistant though. Take that into consideration. They make a plastic insert that can go into these big tires, and it kind of looks like a rounded square tube that's plastic, and it actually goes in the center of the tire, and it prevents the flat by making it so that the item puncturing the inner tube can't actually reach the puncturing the tire can't reach the inner tube because the inner tube is far away from the tire, and it also more likely most of the objects you're going to get in the center of your tread pattern anyway, so it's going to go into a piece of plastic and not the inner tube. So for you guys that are having problems with those goat head thorns, look on Amazon, look for tire puncture resistance, and it'll look like a square, yellow square tube that you put in the center of your tread and in the inside of the tire, and it's about an inch thick, so it should solve that problem. Because that's what I hated about Texas, was those thorns and the glass on the sides of the road. Maybe they don't have that problem anymore, but when I was down there was more glass on the side of the road. I used to have to carry 2 inner tubes and a spare tire with me everywhere I went. So let me get out there and go for my ride. Like I was saying, this is Gorilla Tape, so if you have rub problems on you, maybe from your shoes or your clothing or something that you're doing and it's rubbing the bike and it's taking the finish off of it, just put some clear tape on it. You don't have to leave it on there forever, but it'll prevent it, especially in the wintertime, rubbing through the finish. Well, please subscribe and please stay subscribed. And if you've come to my channel just to advertise some porn website or your own personal website, don't bother to subscribe. I'll probably delete your post anyway, but it doesn't do anybody any good. It doesn't help me and it doesn't help you, because I'm not going to go watch your videos unless I think it's appropriate. Have a great day. I think that's it.